It's a Guardian shirt, guys. Rocchio destroys a baseball in the bottom of the ninth. I think that ball is still going, guys.
If it wouldn't hit the flagpole.
Yeah. He crushed that ball. I didn't even see the estimate on it.
I didn't either. I turned the game on as it was going in the air.
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I basically missed the entire game.
Oh, man. I was able to see the last few, most of it actually, because we had a swim meet last night. But after that, I was locked in for the rest of the night. It was a good game. What's interesting is Ciccone has been pitching great. He looked great the first few innings, and then he just kind of fell apart there. Teal hit a 2-run double, I think it was, and then a 2-run homer by Meadroff. So the numbers aren't very good, but overall he's pitched pretty well. But Rocchio's the story of the game with the walk-off.
Yeah, like that was to me like, he comes up, who was it? I think Hoskins. Didn't Hoskins get on? Who was on base when
I can't remember. Mike, can you check out who was on base? I don't remember now.
Yeah, I'll get you 1 sec.
But just to be like, thinking about it, we talked about it.
Schneeman who scored. Schneeman.
Okay. We talked about how it was. You needed to find some hits somewhere.
Yeah.
And you take a look at this game, and it looks like the White Sox was going to be able to steal it. Some bad base running by a couple people, and then some errors in the outfield. But Rocchio comes up big, man, and you're looking for home run power. You're looking for power anywhere you can get it. And he comes up in a big spot, hits the home run, and walks it off. And those are the type of things that you can look and say, okay, is that a spark that we can get on a run a little bit here?
Well, I mean, you got now. We talked yesterday about the fact that the Guardians on Wednesday scored, what was it, 8? I think they scored 8 or 9 runs, whatever it was. And they had been obviously terrible offensively before that. And you thought, well, maybe this will get them going. And it didn't look like it early. But then they got going late. So now you got, Mike, they scored 9 or 8 last game. I can't remember on Wednesday, if you could check
Guardians
that.
had 9.
9. So they've now scored 15 runs in their last 2 games.
Yeah.
Real positive. Fry hits the home run. Bazzana had a couple of hits. Man, everybody's got a slump here and there, but that guy can hit.
Bazzana?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's so good.
And I can't believe he was in the minors like that, because his plate discipline is great. Like, he doesn't swing at bad pitches. He finds a way to get the bat on the ball. Like he's like we talked about yesterday. He was like, I got to check up on our All-Star, see what Guardians are trending in that way. But I mean, it feels like he's already one of the Guardians' best players.
He is.
Oh, he is.
100%.
He is.
Yeah.
We'll get to a segment later on where I think he's my choice. Now, defensively, I don't know how you can throw the ball that bad from second base.
His sidearm game is crazy.
I think I've mentioned this before. My friend Mike Farron from MLB Radio has said for years he should be an outfielder.
But that kills his value, because what is he as an outfielder?
I think he's going to be eventually a 20-25 home run guy.
I think he's far more valuable at second base.
Yeah.
They just have to figure out the mechanics of the throw, because he is awful.
It's not good.
And
they've got some defensive issues. I mean, obviously Cooper Ingle's been a mess.
Yeah.
Bazzana, we know Manzardo's not very good defensively.
Manzardo's better. He's improved quite a bit. I mean, he's not not good.
No, he's not good.
The bar was on the floor.
But last year I said you got to play him at first.
I agreed with you.
Yeah, you got to. That's how you improve. You don't improve DHing every day as a young player.
How is it? It's crazy. I sent the chat something, and I didn't even know this was a thing. I'd be watching all these Instagram reels about like people and baseball players and some of the tools and how they go about judging these guys. And these dudes, people forget about the fielding aspect of baseball. Like, some people just get scouted because they're tremendous defensive players. And my thing is, looking at Bazzana, is like, has he played any other positions besides second base? It would seem as if he should be able to throw the ball to first base if that's the only thing he's ever done.
I would imagine they'll work with him this winter. Again, I mean, if you see the strides Manzardo's made as a fielder.
Yeah, he'll be better.
I don't think this is a Knobloch Steve Sachs situation where he's got the yips and I just think he's just bad at it.
Yeah.
He'll improve.
It's the biggest flaw in his game. It's really the only major flaw in his game.
But I was just looking at Brocchio's numbers real quick he's going to set career highs in every category, basically.
Yeah, I think he is now established as the shortstop.
He is.
They've got unless they change Bazzana's position, which probably they won't, you got your middle infield for a while now.
Yes.
You know?
If you believe in Manzardo,
yeah, you got your whole infield.
The whole infield is set.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know that necessarily there's a lot of people that believe in Manzardo, especially with Ralphie Velasquez coming. But for now, it looks like you feel pretty good about where you're at with the infield.
It's funny with Rocchio.
Outfield, different story. Outside of the water.
It's funny with Rocchio, like, sometimes it looks like he's capable of making some really, like, tremendous plays at shortstop. And then it's like, sometimes it's, you know, he may have a throw in there or something. Like, he's not as... I don't know. Like it seems like he has upside to be better in the field as well, even though he's not a bad fielder.
No, he at times will be like he'll make the great play and botch the routine play. Like he's maybe loses focus at times, whatever. I mean, I don't know if that may be unfair.
But I'll take it.
It feels like he's been here forever.
Yeah.
He's 25.
I know. He's still a very young player.
So there's still room to grow.
Yeah.
I didn't know his OPS. I will look up his OPS. He's like around 730. So
yeah, I mean that's above average.
Is it on the dot?
No, it dropped to 724.
Unacceptable.
Hold on.
So
still, I mean listen, those for a shortstop who's been a huge question mark.
That OPS.
I'll take it.
That OPS
that's league average.
That OPS is 100 points higher than it was last year.
Yeah, he went from being significantly below average player to an average player.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. The Guardians in the past have had a few good players, but then the rest of the lineup was all terrible. Like, you're not going to have especially when you don't spend a ton of money, you're not going to have 9 great hitters. Like, the 90s was an anomaly.
Yeah.
But if you could have 4 or 5 really good hitters, and then the other 4 guys at least be league average, they won't get that at catcher right now. But okay, if you could have at least 8 guys be average or better, then you're in good shape.
You know, you just put up a graphic, McNuggets, and I was surprised. Kyle Manzardo got 10 home runs?
Manzardo has 10, yeah.
That's kind of crazy. Like,
he's been fine. He hasn't been great. He's been after a bad start, he's been pretty good.
His start was so horrendous that it skews the rest. Even still, it skews the rest of the numbers. He hasn't been. I thought he'd be better than what he's been this year.
No, but since May, he's been pretty good.
Okay. He's been fine.
Not phenomenal.
These are his month-by-month splits.
Yeah.
So in April, 66 at-bats hit 212. In May, 73 at-bats hit 260.
Don't give us the batting average. Give us the OPS.
OPS?
Yeah.
April, 572.
Horrible.
May, 829.
Fantastic.
June, 846.
Cooking.
Fantastic.
And then it's just so early. It's 629 in July, but
it's only been a few at bat. So he's he has over.
I stand corrected.
Yeah, he has probably an 830 OPS since May.
Yeah.
He was just so awful in April that the numbers are skewed. But if he plays as he has since the beginning of May, he's going to have a heck of a season.
If he give me 25 home runs, I'll take it.
Yeah.
So what we argued before about Cooper Engel and the transition to the outfield. Well, now you see why they waited so long to call him up.
But you know what? It's been a couple of mistakes. It's early. I still have no problem with – I'm not writing the guy off. It's been a week.
No,
I know you're not writing him off.
No.
I know you're not writing him off, but I'm saying I get it. Yeah, guys have defensive lapses, but Rocchio has defensive lapses.
Yeah.
Bazzana's their best prospect.
Well,
I
mean, dropping a routine fly ball is worse than losing the outs as far as I'm concerned.
Listen, he's made some horrible blunders.
Yeah.
He's off to an absolutely terrible start. I hope he's not in his head.
I think he is in his head.
It could be an issue, but
yeah, and it was like you could kind of see when he was running back to the dugout, they was trying to pick him up a little bit. You know what'll help him out is he hit a home run. Like, look,
let him catch a game or two here.
If he can get his first, because think about it, Bazzana really struggled when he first got up here. Like, I mean, he went through a stretch of
his first week he was lousy.
He was struggling, but now we don't even remember that. So for me,
we're never going to let Jack Casino forget what they said that first week, right? Was it Jack Casino or was it
Betjack? Yeah,
Betjack. Yeah,
what they said.
You don't remember that?
No.
Zach points it out all the time. They posted like a week in for Bazzana. It was like, did the Guardians bring him up too soon?
Right. Like,
no, the Guardians did not bring him up too soon. Man. Absolutely not. I
got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
So Rocchio hits the walk-off last night.
Yeah.
Down by 2 going into down by 1 going into the last inning. First night of a 4-game homestand against the White Sox.
Right.
Holiday weekend. First place on the line.
What was the crowd last night? It was pretty empty, right?
So hot. I had some friends that went and left in the 4th inning because they were like, it's too.
Oh, yesterday was
too hot. And
bro.
The last few days,
yeah,
man.
Just brutal.
Hey, man,
go ahead.
Yeah, it's been crazy. I don't know how people's outside.
Yeah.
But just in general, for this team that without Jose has been up and down, fighting their way back. They've lost, I think it's 5 of 7 series now. To start off the series with a win in that fashion, especially because Chicago threw Davis Martin to start, who's their best starter, and only lasted 3 1/3. But
well, he stinks. But
mentally, do you think a win like that to start a series with this scenario of first place on the line, with it being a big week, like
I think it was a big deal. I think it's a big deal because
I don't want to undersell the importance of what Rocchio
no,
did.
they needed to carry over some momentum off the final win of the series, the previous series, with through a day off. Oh no, they didn't have a day off because they played the next day. And if you lost, you're 2 games out. Now listen, it's a long way to go, but still, now you're tied for the division instead of being 2 games out. And now you take 2 out of 3 the rest of the series. And even though Slade Cecconi's pitched well, he's still your worst starter.
Mm-hmm.
And so you won a game with your worst starter when you were losing in the 9th. Fry hit a home run. Even Quan, who's obviously been terrible. That throw he made to third base.
That was a rope. He had him standing up. That was a great throw.
You have to make a perfect throw in that situation.
That win, the win against the Mariners on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Was it the Sunday game where they came back?
Right.
And yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, you don't win the division in June and July, you can put yourself in a hole.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And those 2 games, and I'm always Mr. Listen, it's 101-62.
Yeah.
Like, those were big wins. The Sunday win against the Mariners and that win last night to start this series off came from behind in both of them. You could easily be 3 back in the division.
Yeah, it's true. So they've won 3 of their last 5. Hopefully kind of righting the ship.
They're doing exactly what we said they would.
Yeah.
They're not like you're just treading water until Jose comes back.
And
no one's going to run away and hide with this division.
No. You got 9 games left before the All-Star break.
Yep.
I don't think it'll be that long after the break that Jose's back. Maybe another 2 weeks after that. We'll see. He's a quick healer.
Yeah.
He's been in the past. I would think Martinez should be ready to go right after the break.
I would think so. I'm kind of surprised he's not back yet.
So we'll probably see him soon. And obviously, now that we're into July, you start thinking about potential trades, and it'll be fascinating to see what the Guardians do, how aggressive they are. Are they do they make multiple moves? Do they just kind of stand pat and do what they've done the last few years, which is really nothing? We've talked about this time and time again. The American League's wide open. I mean, the Yankees have been playing crap. I mean, who's playing well in the American League?
Lost 8 in a row now.
Aaron Judge called him out.
He did. I didn't see that.
Yeah, just saying like he said more than he normally says.
Yeah,
that it's the consistency level.
Well, without him, he's their best player by far. I think they're overrated without him. Their rotation's good, but Cole has struggled.
Yeah,
and Schlittler's come back to reality a little bit.
Got hit hard in his last
He's
start.
really good, but he wasn't going to be the best pitcher in baseball. I don't think that was realistic. Go ahead, Mike.
You mentioned who's playing well in the American League. Well, how many teams do you think in the American League are currently on a win streak of at least 3 games or more?
I'll say 0.
Yeah, 1 maybe.
There's 2. Seattle's won 3 in a row. Tampa Bay's won 8 in a row.
Oh, yeah, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's probably the only team in the American League more than 7 games over 500?
Yankees are still 10 games over despite losing 7 straight.
Oh, they are? I didn't realize.
Dang, they was cooking.
How many people could name 4 players on the Rays?
No, but
not a lot.
Caminero.
Yeah.
It's 1.
Chandler Simpson.
That's 2.
Do pitchers count?
Yes, of course.
Fairchild, is he still there?
No. He's the closer for the Marlins.
Marlins now.
What about that left-handed pitcher Price?
No.
David Price?
There was a former...
No, they always have Yandy Diaz.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a former Cleveland Guardian who's become a great player. Wallace.
Oh, I know.
Taylor Walls.
Jonathan Aranda.
No, he's thinking Taylor Walls.
I'm thinking Taylor Walls.
Well, but I'm saying Jonathan
Aranda, Brian Baker, the closer.
Their great catching tandem of Nick Fortes and Hunter Fiducia.
I could have named Hunter.
Bro, listen. Hunter Fiducia is definitely.
Is that a great name?
He's a made-up player.
Oh, they got Griffin Jacks too. They traded for him.
Griffin Jacks is made. This is made
That's
up.
a good name.
Griffin Jacks is a real player.
I
We
know.
used him we did the game, real baseball player or not, and we used Griffin Jacks. And I remember he got traded to the.
There's no player. You could play that with 500 players. I would never get it wrong. Not once. Not once.
Challenge accepted.
Okay.
And you know what's so funny?
By the end of today's show, I'm going to find the most random baseball player name.
But he'll probably know him too. That's very difficult to do, bro.
Not no other sport, obviously, just baseball.
Challenge accepted.
Okay. Very good.
And whatever happened to that dude Stump the Schwab?
He passed away, didn't he?
He got fired.
I thought he
Didn't he?
R.I.P. Right?
Oh, he died?
That's one of
I
great
don't know.
big.
I feel like Jay was
Dead or
was
Alive.
friends with
That
him.
was a great
Dead or
bit.
Yeah, right. That's a great
So
segment.
yeah, man. So yeah, but Stump the Schwab was great. Like, think about if you had to do that for hockey, baseball.
I could only name maybe 3 hockey players.
That's crazy. Kind of roll.
I don't even know if I can name 3 of this.
Gretzky,
he
Mario
passed away
Lemieux,
in
and Bobby Hull.
2024.
What's that, Mike?
He passed away in 2024,
Oh.
unfortunately.
Sorry. about
Howie
that.
Schwab.
Howie Schwab. Yeah. he was-
Dang, man.
We'll put a wrap on the Guardians talk in a sec, though. But Gavin Williams tonight versus Anthony Kay. Bull, give us a little pitching matchup preview between.
Yeah, I mean, you want to see Gavin Williams kind of right the ship. He's been spotty lately. He had been so great, and now the ERA at 3.81 is disappointing. But I'm very confident that he will right the ship and be okay. I still trust him more than any other pitcher on this team because in the last calendar year, he's clearly been their best pitcher, despite a little up and down over the last month.
It's all about if he can keep his pitch count down in the first.
Yeah, he's got to stay efficient.
Yeah, like he gets into these things where, like, second inning, will walk 4 or 5, will throw all these balls, and you're like, okay, listen. Then he gets in the groove, and then it's time to take him out.
But you got to take him out after 5.